I don't even know what I want to see from the announcement. I just want to see some cool shit.
Is tourists, you know, bonus or something from the country. I feel
I wanted to
like
see
they're
the
like a
chat.
national
Chat is-
treasure here in a way.
Chat is
Because
key.
while there's so much rich history
Really
here,
noted in
GR150 cabin.
kind of New Zealand that's blown you away. It's your first time here too,
Yeah,
Taki.
so the main thing for me is there's a museum we went to recently, and the obvious things where you go, oh, I've kind of seen that in game before, but when you get to the natural history floor and you see like the skeletons of some of the birds, and you're like, that's a monster I've killed over and over and over again. I can highly recommend everyone checks out natural history museums, because it's a bit different when you see a skeleton like this big in person, and then you've seen like the 20-foot version of it killing you in game, but it's exciting.
Yeah, for me, we went to this beach recently, and I felt like I was on the Twilight Strand. I haven't seen a beach before with like this black kind of rocky sand and random debris and things like that around. I found a giant driftwood club. I was extremely immersed. It was great. Like, I wouldn't be surprised even like the landscapes and things like that, a lot of the hills and stuff. And I know that like even
in the doorway.
2,151
a
hours.
fan
played.
coming on stage to meet you.
he's a big fan.
Big fan of Grip.
Welcoming none other than Chris
Oh.
Wilson joining us on stage. Hey, Chris.
They're just
Good to see
allowing
you.
anybody up on stage now, I see.
We'll get
Who's this Chris guy?
mic'd
I've
up,
never
and
heard
then
of him.
I believe he's just going to mercilessly tease and troll us because, I mean,
It'll be a good show, though. We put a lot of work into it. It's going to be awesome.
Okay.
So what do you want to know?
So
Everything. If you just start from the beginning and go towards the end, that'd be good.
All right, so we have announcements, right? We're going to start the show with a pile of announcements, more than people expect, hopefully. And that
Ooh,
should be a lot of fun.
more than we
and then
expect.
we're going to send people
I
on their way
like
to
that.
explore the show. There's
I
some
want
awesome stuff lined up. You know, you can play
all
various
the
things we're
things.
announcing. We've got a lot of cool content you guys are contributing to. There's you guys.
is that why everyone has terrible items and one transmutation orb?
Oh, they'll get better items. It's like Path of Exile, right? We're going to get some awesome stuff. I saw a headhunter.
Really?
Yep.
oh,
I mean,
no.
Jonathan had it. Maybe you've got to find out how to kill him.
I'll just say quickly.
I only have a transmute orb.
Yeah.
What's my best case with this thing?
You can add a mod to something.
For anyone who isn't at the con who would like some cards, I may or may not have some. If you'd go to my DMs, I'll just take this opportunity to make some extra revenue. It's an inexpensive holiday.
You only have like 4.
4 cards that have been in the same room as Chris. That premium, you know.
Video, you'll see it. And I wrote some slides last night, quite late. I left that VIP dinner early to do so.
Just last night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Knowing you, Chris, I expect about 4 hours of content in that 1-hour keynote presentation.
I've been told to speak slowly.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Can we have a demo of
Speak.
that?
You'll see it in a few minutes.
I wonder how
slowly.
much do you play into the roots of the players that play Path of
Sure to
Exile?
hint at new content, like what is this tree? There is no tree in the current version of Path of Exile that looks like that. But
There
maybe
is.
there
Is
in the
there?
future. And so we've also got stuff around, like the map device and so
new
on, which
tree.
are related to the current
New
version of the game. So
tree.
we made sure to both
New
appeal to the nostalgia
tree.
of people that have been playing for 7 years. Like all the people I've spoken to so far have been like, oh, I started with closed beta and so on. And those are the reasons why they
It's
came
not
out to
an
New Zealand,
in-game-
because this is
it's
such
not
an
a-
important part of their life for so long.
It's not a real
Though, on the other
tree.
hand, we want to show
They're
them the future, we
hinting
want to show
at
them what kind of stuff, and we're
a
working on excitement
completely
about
new
things.
skill tree.
When you fail to improve them, when you fail to play Path of Exile successfully, you can relieve your stress by squeezing it. Exactly what it says on the packaging.
What?
We
What
would
are
not
we?
sell something that
What
made
are
the
they
game better for you.
squeezing?
I don't know. I don't know if
Toucans?
people who play Path of Exile read the back of packaging. You know, it's just better to figure it out on the fly.
I spent quite a while of some of my lifespan iterating on the wording on that packaging personally. I want to make sure people read it and appreciate it.
Okay. I will
Just
have
to
have
let
a
you
second
know,
look.
PoE players aren't very good at reading Reflect in particular, so I don't think they'll be reading the back of any cards.
Nice.
For the purposes of acquiring this T-shirt.
Yep. We actually learned that when you post something, it's possible for the postal workers to rip the package open and steal it because it's marked Path of Exile. We got a letter back from New Zealand Post saying your package was pillaged, which is the word for like a postal worker taking the shirt out in the post. So there's one of those floating around somewhere.
Are these postal workers now legally regarded as pirates?
Nice.
Do you think Reddit will be happy or angry just in general when it comes to the 3.9 and 4.0 announcements?
Or is
They're
there
gonna
some
be-
kind of combination of these two emotions?
I don't want to jinx it, but I'm very proud of all our announcements. Like, yeah, I think people are going to like them. It's going to be good. We put a lot of work in. All of the 4 trailers we're showing are awesome. I mean, they're
4
very different
trailers.
things, right? There's a lot of breadth of Path of Exile being shown today.
That's
and
2
people
more
are gonna like it,
trailers
and
than I
we're
got
gonna
out of
show this so
BlizzCon.
soon. Like 10, 15 minutes from now, we're starting a trailer that will hopefully really impress people.
I'm counting the
Say- you managed
cinematic
to give me, say,
trailer,
4
even though that
trailers,
doesn't
so
show
thank you for
anything.
that. Leaving some leaks.
More minor spoilers getting teased out. Was there anything you really wanted to get people, moisten people's expectations?
Fucking word choice,
I'm going to
dude.
answer that question later on today because
Oh.
I did something that was like, I mean, look, anything that was posted on Reddit yesterday was not from us. Like, that's not officially, you know, sanctioned stuff that was being talked about. But we did something a while ago just to planted a clue for the community, and I don't think anyone noticed. I'll talk about it afterwards.
Okay.
There's a clue.
Well, Chris, I believe you have to run and get ready for this keynote.
Yeah, I've got some work thing. I've got to go and
yeah,
do.
some work thing.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys.
Thank
I really
you.
appreciate it, and I'll chat with you guys later on.
I
Enjoy
look
the show.
forward to seeing you.
Right, good luck, everyone.
See you later. Good luck.
At least fairly familiar with the game.
Yep. I also think you need to respect the fact that this is all being streamed for free. They're not charging any tickets for it. It's all going for free on the YouTube.
And I can
also that
restream
they're
it.
letting everyone restream it because a lot of companies aren't as kind when it comes to that. So
Huh.
they're definitely helping the community.
I wonder
a lot with
which
this one.
company that would be.
Now, for me, the biggest
Fucking
announcement I think
Blizzard.
Path of Exile's ever had in terms of like blowing me away
Making my
was when
reaction
they
memes
started
10
talking
billion
about
times
the
harder
new
to
apps that
produce.
they're adding to the game. Because
GGG though, they
would
understand.
have like a big announcement every, I think it was every year.
Ooh. Ooh, the double. I like it. Now this is some quality production value. Holy fuck, that's loud. Good lord.
That look in your eyes, I recognize it. Survivors, just like Aina. That is my name, exiles. Aina Frey, which means lone fighter. I decided there was only one place left to search. The land
Jesus Christ.
of New Zealand! Oh, this is not the menagerie. Aina must have taken a wrong turn on the path of exile. I make a joke. You like it? I know where I am. Do you? Do you? Do you? I know because Aina knows. Welcome to ExileCon 2019!
What the fuck?
or shelter,
I see gameplay.
food,
I see gameplay.
weapons. He looks like a big beast.
Monka
Stand up,
S.
beast. Not you, the big one next to you. You are too skinny. You will make a good carcass. Yeah, very useful. Don't worry. We use all the pieces of the animal, like grinding gears, using all the pieces for the game. Big beast. Stand up. What is your name? What? Noshi. Okay, welcome, Noshi. Put your hands up so I can aim straight. No, put your hands up. Did I say put them down? I tell you when to put your hands down. So, when I'm hunting a big beast like Noshi, I have to tread very carefully. I'm stalking now. I'm not talking, I'm stalking. And then I'm taking aim, generally in Oshi's direction. And boom! He's captured. You can sit down now. When I'm going for a slightly smaller beast, I have to. Yes, you can stand up now, smaller beast. Yes. What is your name?
Developers,
Very exotic.
and we're really proud to finally reveal Path of Exile 4.0.
The gods are dead.
Ooh.
But left on their own, men will always seek to take their place.
Criminals! Your sentence is to be hanged from the neck until dead. Let your souls feed the first ones, and your bodies feed the land.
The only result is pain and death.
Oh.
Even if escaping, kill her!
Get them.
I'm learning lore right now. That's how they got on the beach. I think. Hey, that guy's not supposed to be there.
Only 20 years since Kitava fell, and already corruption spreads like a plague through these shattered lands.
Wait, did they get exiled again?
Wretched
Is this after we killed Kitava?
lurks in the shadows. It is our calling to put it to an end. It must be done if Rayclass is to survive.
Don't lag! Oh! Holy shit. What? What the fuck?
We're not abandoning the Path of Exile 1 campaign, though. Not only is it still fully supported in Path of Exile 4.0, we're doing a lot of work to get it up to a 2019 standard. Here's what Act 1 Town looks like in 3.9, which we're releasing in 4 weeks. We're also going through the campaign and we're improving materials to work with our new physically based rendering pipeline. Over the next year, you're going to see a lot of improvements to the Path of Exile 1 campaign, which will be deployed ahead of 4.0 with the 3.9 series
oh
of
my
patches.
god.
We're also re-rigging
That
all
looks
the old
fucking
character classes to
amazing.
work with the new 4.0 animations, so you'll get all of the ongoing animation improvements in the old Path of Exile 1 campaign as well. So, I'm sure you're wanting to see some 4.0 gameplay.
Oh,
We've
hell
prepared
yeah.
a live demo for you. Everything ready, Jonathan?
Everything's ready.
All right, let's go.
Woo!
So,
They have
today,
the old
Jonathan's going
flasks
to do a
still.
short live demo of some of the content we have in this build of Path of Exile 2. This is played right live, like he's literally playing right there. We're starting here at about level 11, which is about halfway through Act 1, because we want everyone seeing the playable demo of on the show floor to be able to experience the start of Act 1 without having any of the surprises spoiled for you. So right away, as Jonathan plays through the graveyard, you'll notice the massive improvements we've made to the Path of Exile engine since 3.0 was released.
Damn.
Environments, characters, and items all use physically based rendering, which gives the whole game a realistic look. We have new main character classes, new main character class models with all new animations and completely new item base types. Most of these have
I can't
physics
even
and
tell
many
how
little
good the
details,
game
which look
looks. It's
a lot more awesome than before.
because of the stream quality. I'm sure it looks like so good in game.
We put a lot of work into updating skill effects. For example, when you fire a split arrow, you'll really feel
I'm
the
at
individual
max
arrows
quality.
because they can stick in objects and they can bounce off others realistically.
Oh.
This looks so good. Slight spoiler, but that support gem he's using turns any skill into a barrage. Any bow skill. So, the 4.0 campaign contains a variety of optional side quests that lead to meaningful boss encounters. Relatively soon now, Jonathan's going to encounter an NPC called Lachlan, who has lost his family and needs help.
My family, where are they? Isabel and the boys were only to be gone for a few minutes, but it has been, I don't even know how long, hours at least. Days? Weeks? What season is it? Stranger, I know we have just met, but I'm so worried about them. Around here, they could have fallen into a sinkhole or been choked by grave dust. Please,
Or been
could
killed
you
by
see that they're
monsters,
safe?
who knows?
The game has changed a lot more than just visually, though. One of the things we've really wanted to do for a long time is to make fundamental changes to Path of Exile's skill system. The skill system in PoE is really cool and versatile. Personally, it's one of my favorite things about the game, but there have always been some awkward things about it. We really wanted to find a way to address all of the shortcomings while not sacrificing even a single bit of the functionality that we already have. So you can see in the inventory here, there's something missing. All of the sockets on the items.
What?
This is because in Path of Exile 2, you no longer put gems into your items. Instead, the skill gems themselves have sockets, as you can see here, and there is a dedicated screen for socketing them. Jonathan's going to change his split arrow skill for Ice Shot and add some support gems to it. There are some really big advantages here. For one, every single skill gem in Path of Exile 2 can be a 6-link. This is going to cause huge changes in how players design character builds.
What?
In the past, players didn't want to have more than one primary attack skill because you could only have 1 or 2 6-links on your character. Now it's totally viable to have a lot of powerful primary attack skills with full support gems. The thing I'm really happy about, though, is you don't have to screw around with your gems all the time when you're leveling. Check out this bow here. The socket colors are the same between the two bows. They're both 4 green sockets, like every other bow in the game. And this means that when you find a new item, you just slap it on. You don't have to think about getting fusings and jewelers out, because you do that on the gems themselves. As we swap between the bows as well...
Wow. Oh my god.
And for clarity, this means that in-game, when you're trying to roll your perfect item, you can focus on the mods and separately on the sockets and the skills. So you'll see here as Jonathan swaps the bows, the DPS values for all your skills update at a glance, and that's because we've completely changed how the character screen works and so on. Jonathan will go into more detail later today about that.
Bruh.
So it's still possible to fine-tune socket colors on items if you need to, but because everything that drops has fixed sockets, it's way easier to just pick something up and put it on while you're leveling. For new players, another really great advantage is it's now impossible to socket a support gem into a skill gem it doesn't work with. For example, multiple projectiles here just can't go into Leap Slam, but as you can see, it works on the other bow skills.
Multiple projectile leap slam. Put that in the game. That should be linkable.
So you might be wondering about skills like auras. A lot of the time in the old skill system, you would throw a few gems together in a 4-link with few or no support gems. How can you do that when you have such a limited number of active skill slots now? The answer is meta gems. Meta gems are like super support gems that let you put multiple actives into them. For example, we want to run a few different auras on this character,
Cast all
so we put the
socketed
proficiency
auras.
gem into the character and load it up full of auras. It even gives you a single keybind you can use to cast all of the auras with 1 click.
Wow.
Come on. Trigger gems like Cast on Crit are also meta gems, so this means you can put an entire Cast on Crit setup in 1 gem as one of your 8 6-links you can now have. There is a huge amount more to talk about with what meta gems allow you to do with Path of Exile's skill system, and
What
Jonathan
the
will be going
fuck?
into all of it in the PoE 2 gameplay deep dive later today. He'll cover how all the existing Path of Exile things work in Path of Exile 2, as well as introducing a whole lot of new stuff. That is a talk not to miss.
Yeah, that's for sure. What the fuck?
Oh, and I should add, the supports you're seeing here for the bow skills, they're 3.9 content, so you'll get to see that much, much sooner.
Yeah! Woo, 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 woo.
And that's something I want to emphasize. While Path of Exile 4.0, Path of Exile 2, as we're now calling the campaign, is still quite far away, we are getting as much of the content in as early as we can, apart from the campaign itself. So you'll get to play most of the new stuff we're doing quite a lot earlier. It's the campaign and the skill system that are being rolled out on launch day. So one of the things we really wanted to improve on Path of Exile 2 was our lighting system. The new PBR rendering, in
It
addition
looks
to a much
really
more realistic
pretty.
light fall-off, makes this area look significantly better than we could possibly achieve in the past.
Level up your gems. Do it. Do
So you
it.
can see here there are some monsters called courtesans who can explode the blood cretins. When blood cretins are covered in blood, they get a lot stronger, so you have to be careful. We've tried very hard to design very interesting monster fights, starting as early as Act 1 of the new campaign.
Huh.
area generated much longer than it usually did in every other demo we did.
Yeah. But that's actually a feature that we're proud of. We have put a lot of work into make sure there's even more randomization on our random areas. I know racers will hate to hear that because they memorize the layouts, but we want it to be very, very hard to find your way around. And there's a talk that Reese is doing later, I think it's tomorrow morning, where we're talking about topics like world generation and stuff like that, rather than just level generation. You'll see what he has to say, but it's pretty interesting.
Huh. Well, rip racers, but whatever.
Had to happen on the stage demo.
We have to give you an authentic Path of Exile experience involving some backtracking.
I've got a Quicksilver, so we're all right.
Dude, the character actually looks like it's running, not waddling.
Oh, this run-through is going a lot better than some of the rehearsals we did. It turns out some of the monsters hit pretty hard if you're not good at it, so... What's that, sorry? Yeah, you gotta level your gems up, Jonathan.
Oh, it's terrible.
So this is ExileCon plays PoE. Okay, should he go left or right? Awesome.
Please make them stop. They're whispering. They're screaming. No, don't give in. You're not dead. You're still moving. You're still
Uh-oh. Wow, that is a big beast.
So, one of the things that's really exciting about creating an entirely new campaign is that we get to apply all of our boss creation skills to early bosses as well. The first few acts of the original Path of Exile have bosses that are some of the earliest content we ever made, and their age is really showing. For comparison, this fight here is at the same level as Fairgraves in the original campaign, but as you can see, it's a lot more advanced with a lot more going on.
Nice. I like that. New players should have interesting things to fight right away. For someone like me, if it were to slow me down from getting to endgame, I'd probably just skip it unless there's a really good reward, but...
New level up animation.
I didn't notice that it was new, I'm not gonna lie.
So here we are in Einhar's favorite place, the hunting grounds. Now, we're ready to show you something that players have been requesting for a really long time. You've seen it in Path of Exile 2, we finally have shapeshifting. So, each shapeshift form can use any regular Path of Exile 2 attack. That makes sense. Here on the Werewolf, for example, we're using Leap, Slam, and Cleave. And one of the things that we thought was really important with shapeshifting is that you can change back and forth at literally any time. Mid-animation, walking around in the middle of a skill, whatever, just hit the button and change forms.
Nice.
one of the things that we're really proud of is a new grass technology we have. It's done using pre-computed ray
grass.
tracing and is way nicer looking and has much better performance than what we used before.
There's the monkeys.
Got some friends there?
Man, this is a tanky guy. Where's he going? Come back! Oh. Oh, he got bigger. Oh my god. Goodbye, health. Use your health flask. Oh my god. Oh. Oh. Gonna, oh my god. Come back. While it is, you know, immersive, the like cool little thing of him running away, I find those types of fights annoying where you have to chase a boss to somewhere else. Kind of like the giant scorpion in Act 9 or 10, wherever in that desert, where you had to chase her to the next room. I find those fights annoying, but this monster looks pretty cool besides that. Kind of unnecessarily elongates the fight.
So
I feel like all
right
three of
there
those
is a small
phases
slice
could
of
have
Path of
been
Exile
done
2.
Thank you very much, guys.
without him needing to run to all those places, but whatever. It's whatever.
Thank you very much, Jonathan. So, almost the entirety of Act 1 of Path of Exile 2 is complete and playable today on the show floor. It's not just those areas, it starts right on the riverbanks at the beginning, like you saw in the trailer, play all the way through, that's somewhere in the middle. If you can make it in the 45-minute timer, just keep playing, see if you can get to the axe boss that isn't done yet, we'll see. Please check it out and let us know what you think. You can play it on the bottom floor of the convention or on the top floor on one of the 120 Omen gaming PCs generously provided by HP. It's a logo.
Logo.
So, as I said, the demo on the show floor is played right from the start of Act 1. It has quite a lot of different content than what you just watched. If you're watching from home, the best way to see this demo, because you can't play it unfortunately, is to watch one of the streamers who's going to be playing the demo throughout the weekend. The first of these is at noon in New Zealand time in 90 minutes when Kriparian plays while chatting with Jonathan. So, some systems in Path of Exile 2 are not ready to announce yet, and so they're not present in today's demo. The first thing a lot of you are doing is hitting P to see the passive skill screen. Surprise, it's just the same as the In Development 3.9.0 for now. That's because we'll work out what we're doing with the passive skill screen, blow your socks off with that, and then announce that at some stage before release. So in around 3.5 hours at 2 p.m., Jonathan's going to present a deep dive into some of Path of Exile's 2 new game mechanics. A closer look at the new skill system, metagems, 19 new ascendancy classes, and more.
What?
So, you definitely
Dude, that's a
need
lot
to
of
be here at 2 p.m.
ascendancy.
to watch that,
Holy
but conveniently,
shit.
It's after my 1 p.m. deep dive about 3.9.0, which is equally good. So, just you're
What?
here for the afternoon, basically. And if you're watching from home, I'm sorry if you live in Europe right now. So, we've just announced how we're making huge changes to Path of Exile's campaign in 4.0. How about the end game? Well, it's been 2 years since we launched War for the Atlas, which was our last substantial endgame-focused expansion. So we feel it's high time for some big changes. What we'd like to show you now is what's coming in Path of Exile 3.9, which will be released in 1 month.
Bro, I need a bathroom break.
Listen carefully, for this is important. I worked with a group of exiles once, much like yourselves. Together, we faced a terrible evil that plagued the Atlas and threatened our world. Through great perseverance, we were able to defeat the Elder. But it wasn't
Not
enough.
me.
They kept
I
going
haven't
back.
killed Uber Elder.
Over and over, again and again.
Over and over, again
There
and
was
again.
something inside
Sounds
them that could
exactly like
never be
Path of Exile.
satisfied. They sought more
Sounds
power,
exactly
more prestige.
like
They sought to
every
rule
single
and conquer those strange
person
lands.
playing Path of Exile.
Each time they returned, I feared more and more what they were becoming. So I did what I thought was right. I sealed them in the Atlas. They found a way back.
New endgame story. Socket the Atlas. What? Nani? Oh, that looks laggy as fuck, dude. New bow skills and support. Bro. No! It's lagging, I can't see what's happening. Conquerors of the Atlas. December 13th. Fuck. That's right in the middle of my busy season at
Conquerors
work.
of the Atlas is an expansion with a new endgame Atlas storyline set after the defeat of the Elder.
Where is my cursor?
The exiles who defeated him have become a danger to Rayclast, so Zana has attempted to trap them in the Atlas. I guess there's only so much grinding you can do before you go insane, eh? From what we can see, Havoc and Steel Mage are both pretty close to that point right now. So when you first open the Atlas in 3.9, it's going to look significantly different. First of all, you notice you now start in the center of the Atlas. But the much larger change is there are only 91 maps to start with. In order to unlock the rest, you're going to need to find and defeat the Conquerors to take back Watchstones and socket them into the Atlas. Socketing one of these Watchstones into a region of the Atlas will both level up the tier of maps and reveal new maps. You can socket up to 4 Watchstones into each region, revealing all the maps, and eventually raising the level of the entire Atlas so that every map is between tier 14 and 16 if you want.
What? What? Holy shit.
Because you can socket and unsocket these Watchstones whenever you like, you can completely customize which maps you're finding on the fly as your strategy changes.
Oh my god.
Yep, it's amazing. You're gonna fight 4 of the Conquerors many times as you play through the new Atlas. These are challenging fights, so it's only fitting that they have some special rewards. If you're lucky, a Conqueror might drop a new type of support gem that we're calling a Support Gem Plus. These new gems are better versions of existing supports, which at level 1 are more powerful than the level 20 versions of the ones they replace. So this has an additional fork compared to the normal one, for example. Okay, there's plenty more stuff to discuss about Conquerors of the Atlas. For example, how do you get these cool new currency items? We'll go into more detail about this, along with the Support Gem Plus system, the final boss fight, what's replacing Shaper and Elder Rares, new skill and support gems introduced in 3.9, and more in the deep dive presentation later today. Like every other Path of Exile expansion, Conquerors of the Atlas also contains a new Challenge League, and we have a trailer of that league to show you.
This is...
Take a clean knife and cut a sample of flesh. Repeat 4 times. Mix the 5 samples in an equiphometic solution. Heat. Stand back. The intrinsic darkness will make itself known.
What is happening?
Observe its anger, its aggression, Observe its changing form. Never comfortable to stay in one shape for long.
Oh god.
It will try to kill you. Best not let it. Plunge the clean knife repeatedly. Try more heat. More. Perfect. Only every living creature to go.
Is this a new Pokemon League? Kill all the different types of things? Oh, that guy almost died in the trailer. Metamorph.
In the Metamorph Challenge League, you will find and collect samples from some of the monsters you kill. Tane Octavius will let you combine multiple samples of monsters together to create a shape-shifting metamorph whose skills are derived from the monsters you combined. Defeating the metamorph will yield many rewards, including new currency items called catalysts that let you add various types of special quality modifiers to your jewelry. These quality modifiers both improve specific types of mods on your jewelry and also make it easier to craft associated mods. At the end game, multiple map bosses can be combined to create a single, highly dangerous but rewarding metamorph.
Ooh.
I'll be doing a deep dive into both the Conquerors of the
I
Atlas
don't like
expansion and the
bosses,
Metamorph
but I
League
know a
that
lot
comes
of
with
people
it
are gonna
at 1
like
o'clock
that.
Today, in just over 2 hours. We'll of course be live streaming this. So, for a year we've had a few developers working on a bit of an experimental Skunkworks project at the studio. Let's watch a video about it.
Okay, this is the last thing then, right? Yeah, I think.
So mobile games are kind of bullshit, right? You know, pay-to-win microtransactions, time gates, energy bars, random nag screens, notifications, video ads. You know, you get the idea. There's really a lot of evil garbage going on in mobile games.
I was fucking right,
But
dude.
in 2012, when we first released Path of Exile on PC, you really could have said the same thing about a lot of free-to-play games there too.
So this is what it looks like. There are 8 skill binds, 5 flasks, the same gear you'd expect to see on any Path of Exile game. One of the major benefits of this project was the tech we've developed. It's allowing us to improve our tools and engine
Mobile
and systems
fog.
possible for all platforms. Our goal is to bring Path of Exile to mobile with absolutely zero compromise.
We wanted to make something that is a real Path of Exile game. We didn't just farm it out to an external studio. It's developed entirely by a team here in New Zealand. The only thing that's fundamentally different between phone games and PC games is that you expect to play for shorter game sessions on a phone. Maps are a perfect length to have the quick turnaround time required for mobile gameplay while retaining all of the deep systems that Path of Exile players expect.
So if maps are different sizes, I'm guessing this is standalone.
Back then, we really felt like we could do free-to-play on PC without all that player hostile stuff. So we thought, you know, maybe we can do the same thing on mobile. Maybe we can make a game that bucks all those bullshit trends and make it something that's a good game first, that just so happens to be played on a phone.
Good for them. I'm not gonna play it, but...
So needless to say, around a year ago, it became real difficult to announce that. But we figured if we make a sequel and give you that first. Look, the mobile project is really experimental. We haven't really fully decided where we want to go with it yet, but we welcome feedback, and our plan is basically have it at the show floor. It's upstairs in the chill out zone, which is secretly a mobile zone all along, and it's marked as a chill out zone on the map to fool you. And play the game, let us know what you think. And on a personal note, this isn't scripted, this part. So on a personal note, I was apprehensive about this project, right? Like I was unsure we'd be able to do it, but playing the build this week, it's good. It runs fast, it plays well, give it a shot. Let the actual demo do the talking. We're gonna get Ziggy to play it with Trevor, the mobile Fall guy, later in one of the stream sessions. So we'll see his actual legitimate reactions, and let's make it a good product together, because we all want to be able to have something fun to do on phones when we're on the bus and stuff, so give us your feedback. We'll make this what you need it to be. All right.
Oh, hey.
So, one of the great things about porting Path of Exile to iPhone, and of course Android, is that we can easily create a version that runs on macOS. So next year we'll be releasing Path of Exile on macOS alongside 3.10, 3.11. Now, this is going to be the same version as the PC version. It plays on the same servers. It's the same game, not segregated. It's just that you play it on your Mac, so you can play it at work. So, I'm also pleased to announce Path of Exile's third collaboration with Twitch Prime. Just before the release of Conquerors of the Atlas next month, we'll be launching a 3-month promotion where Twitch Prime members receive a free set of microtransactions every month. You can receive a free 1-month trial of Twitch Prime, of course, to try it out and receive free microtransactions on Path of Exile and other participating games. So, you may have looked in your swag bag and found a box with some cards in it. At ExileCon, we really wanted players to interact with our staff, so we came up with a game that has a few social elements. Think of it as a card game action RPG that you can only play at ExileCon. So all of the GGG staff members will be walking around ExileCon as monsters. On their t-shirts, you can see their stats, and in the deck boxes, you'll have weapons and armor you can use to defeat the monsters. So when you kill them, and please don't actually kill them, you'll be rewarded with more cards as drops. Your character can have equipped 1 armor, 1 weapon, and a shield, or a 2-hand weapon, just like the game, as well as an amulet and 2 rings. The damage on your weapon has to be equal to or larger than the defense on the monster, and the defense on the armor and shield has to be equal to or larger than the attack on the monster. Your rings and amulets can count as either attack or defense, and they're pretty rare to find. This is explained on the rules, and of course ask any staff members if you need help. To attack a monster, just walk up to a staff member wearing a shirt and show them the equipment you want to use. They'll give you the reward and remove some of the durability from your items, so make sure you don't waste your best items on the trash mobs on the lower level. Now, I should note, the staff have been told what rules to individually use for durability damage, so if they totally wreck one of your best items, that's because their instructions say that that monster wrecks your best items. So it's not their fault, don't get angry at them. So, what's next? Right, you're not allowed to attack the same monster twice in a row, so keep walking around to encounter different staff members. Once you've defeated Katava, then you can start grinding maps. Zana, played by her actual voice actress, is over by the map device on the middle floor where you can buy some maps. Make sure you visit the crafting bench on the top floor if you want to use your currency items. If you can get far enough in maps to kill the Guardians, you'll be able to collect fragments required to challenge the Shaper. Of course,
It's actually
that's me.
so cool for the people. So cool for the people actually there.
While I'm going to be super busy during the convention, I'll make time to talk to anyone at the Twitch after party who can bring a set of fragments to challenge me. There's one other thing I wanted to mention. Thanks, I know who you are. I know the account name. There's one other thing I wanted to mention while I'm here. We're hiring. So if you want to work for Grinding Gear Games and feel you have the game development experience and skills to make an impact on Path of Exile, please email us at hr@grindinggear.com with a cover letter, resume, and if applicable, code samples or an art portfolio. And the poor person that checks that email address just got a bad surprise. Okay, guys, so it's time to go and explore ExileCon. In addition to the card game, there's heaps of other things to do. You should definitely play the gameplay demo of Act 1 of the Path of Exile 2 campaign. Upstairs, you'll find a chill-out zone where you can try the experimental mobile project. Online at pathofexile.com/ExileCon is your schedule that shows what talks are happening where and what time your favorite streamers or developers will be hosting meet and greet sessions or appearing on the streamer stage to answer questions and play Path of Exile 2.
Where is the
Tomorrow,
schedule?
Riker will interview my personal heroes, David Brevik and Max and Eric Schaefer, founders of Blizzard North and creators of Diablo 1 and 2. That's going to be a session you can't miss. You'll probably also want to watch the racing finale tomorrow to see who is going to be crowned the ExileCon 2019 race champion, winning $10,000. Finally, don't forget to check out the 390 and 400 deep dives in 2 hours here in the main theater for heaps more information about the new expansions. After all of that, we'll see you at the Twitch after party tomorrow night to relax after a long and very busy weekend. Thank you so much for attending and have a great show.
Woo! Is it bathroom break time?
Thank you so much.
You're not Mike.
I know I'm not Mike.
There we go.
No, there we go. Thank you so much, guys. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. It is so good to have you guys here.
Yeah. That was great. Woo! Awesome. All right.
It feels like we worked towards this for 13 years now. Yeah.
All right. Anyway, see you around ExileCon. I'm the elder, by the way.
Yep.
I'm gonna
see you.
Yeah, which also is pretty cool.
Lots of cool things.
And mobile.
I'm looking forward
and the card
to.
game. And yeah, it's just
There's so much stuff in Path of Exile and
actual game
and other games.
It's a full
gonna
card
be
game. I'm gonna be selling
great
cards,
year
don't
going
bring
into
this.
2020. I
I'm
think.
gonna have my eBay account set up soon, ready to go.
I'll see you guys.
Yeah, the Conquerors of the Atlas thing. So it's
in
a
the next
completely
stream,
new
in the next
endgame
video.
system. I
Peace.
freaking love the way.